Hi, this is Glenn Brook. In this video, I'm going to describe the 4 elements of great Bible teaching. The goal of great Bible teaching is very important. Changed lives. And in this case, change means transformation into Christ-likeness. And when you teach the Bible in this way, over a period of time, the people you are teaching learn how to listen to God's voice and obey God's voice. They learn how to give their whole lives in worship. Their minds are renewed, and they are able to disciple others in this generation and in the next. So, great Bible teaching is not about tickling their ears or entertaining people or impressing people with your esoteric knowledge. It's about teaching in a way that changes lives. Your students, the people you're teaching, may think they're out there for information, but what they need is transformation. This diagram illustrates how the 4 elements of great Bible teaching work together to produce changed lives. You need 4 elements. First, you need excellent lesson content. This kind of material is crucial. This is what you've got to have. If you don't have good lesson content, you're not going to be able to teach in a way that changes lives. You also need to have receptive students. We know from Scripture that unless the Lord draws a person, unless the Father draws a person, they can't receive Christ. Unless there's good soil, there's nowhere to teach. I'm going to go over each of these in more detail later. Just let me highlight them right now. You, as the teacher, need to be prepared. If you're not prepared, even with great lesson content, even with receptive students, you're not going to be able to teach well. And finally, you need to have good teaching practices in order to convey God's truth in a way that makes sense to people, even if they're receptive. So that's the overview. Let me walk through these in a little more detail now. Excellent lesson content. There is nothing superior to the Bible, which is the God-breathed truth, which we know from 2 Timothy 3. Week in, week out, your students need to receive instruction, correction, and training that comes directly from the Bible. Nothing else will consistently meet their deepest needs. Nothing else has the God-given authority for teaching men and women how to live. Now, you can use study guides, you can use free materials you get from the internet. There are all kinds of opportunities, but you really need to make sure that your content is rooted in Scripture. Let's talk next about a prepared teacher. The truth is that God uses men and women, persons like yourself, to teach the truth. And He's given us everything we need in the church to help us grow. Now, preparation includes prayer, and I don't just mean a cursory, oh God, help me teach this lesson well prayer, but really an investment in prayer, Bible study, meditation on material, investing yourself in Scripture, and an effective presentation. You have to know how to organize the material. So that's going to be really important. Receptive students are critical. Your lesson needs a place to land and take root if there's going to be changed lives. And only God can prepare a heart to receive His teaching. We can't do this on our own. We must prayerfully invite the Lord of the universe to prepare the hearts of those who will hear a lesson. It's really critical that you do this. Finally, the teaching process itself, which is a means to convey God's truth. It is a process. In fact, it's a kind of leadership. Teaching is really about loving people and wanting to see them grow and mature. And there are lots of well understood practical things that you can do to make your teaching work better. Learning how to ask the right kinds of questions is a huge step forward in effective teaching. There are all kinds of ways to organize the material so that it's engaging and people are actually able to learn. These are the kinds of things that we talk about. when we mean the teaching element. Now, lots of people really are disappointed with the results from their teaching, and in my observation, the primary reason is that they are not using all four of these elements. You have to have all four. They work in concert with one another, and if you're weak in one area or more than one area, your teaching will not be as satisfactory for the results, and also won't be as satisfactory for you. I believe that great Bible teaching is a craft. And what I mean by that is that there is a spiritual gift of teaching, yes, but it takes disciplined practice over a period of time. And that's what a craft is. You have a talent or you have a spiritual gift, but you also work at it. You learn, you get coaching, you get help, and in the process then you become God's tool to teach to change lives. Unfortunate truth is relatively few people get coaching in this way. And if you're thinking of it as a craft, if you think of it as your ministry to be a teacher, and you really want to do this well, then I encourage you to go to this website, teachtochangelivescom. There's some free material there to help you get started. Look at the coaching that's offered there. It's been helpful for over 10,000 people all over the world, all different cultures, all different languages, all different levels of teaching experience. But if this is your calling, I really encourage you, check out teachtochangelivescom for more information. And I hope that now that you've seen how these four elements work together, you'll be able to use them better in your own teaching ministry.